Okay. Did when you send him money, did you send him did you state what that money was for?
I didn't. I did not.
No, that's good
Now,
because
okay.
we want to push that he's never was never an official business partner. Like there was no official contract, so he has no actual stake. All he has is that he's on the business app. And you could have added him at any time, but there's no official contract. So with no official contract, he technically isn't entitled to anything.
Bingo.
What do you think the best plan of action is here?
Well, okay, so I'll be so honest with you. If we go to court with this, you're probably gonna lose the pawn shop. Because they can.
I'm gonna let you know, we don't even own that shit no more. Just a heads up. All we have is the business bank account. That's it. Like the shop is not, we don't have it.
Okay.
And even if we did, like that's, it's not a big deal.
They can try to go after you for the stuff that you sold at the pawn shop, but without like actual records of things that were sold, all it shows is that you had a shit ton of money coming in and a shit ton of money coming out. The main concern is the money that you paid to Jonathan Kane. But at the time that you paid him that money, he wasn't declared an enemy of the state, so they shouldn't be able to retroactively use that to go after you for aiding and abetting enemy of the state. Do you know when the faceless was considered enemy of the state?
Well,
do you remember when that announcement was?
Last Friday, I believe.
No, it was way before that. It was way before that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Faceless specifically, not the.
I'm actually not 100% sure if when I paid. There is a good chance that when I made that transaction that they were already enemy of the state, but I'm not certain for sure.
Okay. So you might end up having to cop that charge, unfortunately.
Abetting enemy of the state?
It's not that bad, bro.
It's not that. What you mean it's not that bad? That sounds bad to me.
It's 500.
It sounds bad, but it's 500K in like a couple hundred months. Like you'll be alright.
But what if he didn't know like who he was giving the money to?
He still sent it to someone that they assumed was an enemy of the state. We can argue it. We can argue it because Charlie specifically wasn't deemed an enemy of the state, which they just did. We can argue that, that it wasn't at the time, but they're gonna push back on that.
So the conclusion is that we get slightly fucked here. Which I'm fine with.
Either way, I'll be honest with you. Either way, I think you're going to get fucked because even if this court case doesn't go through, the marshals now have the information that you paid Jonathan Kane $26 million.
Okay.
So I think either way, you're going to end up copping that charge. I definitely think you should go after your $2.2 million because he stole that from you. And then the only thing that he has is that he is like I guess designated CEO on the bank app.
He's an owner alongside Foyer.
He is.
There's fundamentally no way to get rid of. Like there's I think we'd have to talk to a judge. I don't even know how you do that.
It might not be possible.
Yeah.
You can argue that he has had no involvement with the company in 2 years. Bank records will show that he has had no involvement with the company in 2 years. He lives on a commune that, isn't really part of society, so we can argue that as well. I think you have a good shot of getting your money back, but you're definitely in hot water over...
Listen, never mind my money back. I'm trying to fuck these motherfuckers over for life. You see what I'm saying? We're going in there... I got this tape. I mean, you heard some of it, but this tape pretty much states... The tape has them selling guns. Different models of guns. How much Babylaro those guns sell for. Names of the people selling the guns. It has Speedy saying he's going to make the guns for next Friday.
Yeah.
Now, surely with that information, we can fuck them a little bit, right?
In his statement, it says it led to PTSD, anxiety, and fear. That goes out the window when he himself is selling guns.
Okay, that's good.
Saying that he's nothing but a pawn. Yeah, no, we can contest that for sure. The problem is, though, I will say, is that that does open you up to criminal proceedings because you purchased guns from.
Wasn't me.
Oh, okay. Well, whoever, you know, like
Yeah, that's
fair.
fine. That's hey, casualties of war.
Okay. I mean, I definitely think that it's something that is doable. I think that it's already too late to stop the you sending or them knowing that you sent money to the enemy of the state. I think that train has already left the station. We'll just have to deal with that when it comes.
Honestly, I think you could work around that, no? Because I feel like you just said number to a bank account number, and nobody really knew his name was Jonathan Kane back then, right?
Right, but the police have a tendency to use hindsight to you know, get what they want, even though they shouldn't. You can definitely argue it. You can definitely say that you sent that money not knowing that it was Jonathan Kane, but we'd have to have an affirmative defense on where you sent that money to. I don't think that they're going to just accept, oh, we just sent $26 million to a random person. Because, you know.
Listen, I'll speak to the marshals. You know, we'll figure something out here. That's not a big problem.
I think that's something you're just going to have to deal with on the tail end. But the benefit there for you is that he specifically wasn't designated an enemy of the state until recently. So you can argue that nuance. It'll just come down to who the judge is. Who is the judge on this?
Arnold Frost.
Yeah, and Brittany Angel.
2 ex-cops.
Oh shit.
Listen, Miss Spartan, the goal for this, right, is to, if possible, minimize how bad we get fucked, but that doesn't matter. It's to fuck them harder, right?
That's what we want to do.
Listen, Forehead gets sent up there for 1-2 years. Hey, light work. We're gonna send them up for 20, right? That's the goal.
That's right.
Yeah, so what's the countersue here? How do we countersue them with the information
If
that
you
we
are
have?
fully committed to going the snitch route, then if you want to
hold on, just I just gotta stop. It's this gentleman right there. He's called King Snitch. He's the one that we're doing it.
No.
So when you talk about snitching, please speak to him directly.
Wow, that's great. That's funny.
Okay.
Hold on, let me drop this cigarette really quick. Hold on. Wow, let's talk about it. If anybody's a goddamn snitch, it's you. Let's just throw that out there. Slime. You in there singing like Doug, like a canary. Not even Gunna did this shit. But like I said, I, as a hang-around and store-runner of the Besties, will take the fall because that's what real friends do for real friends.
Like
Now,
I was saying, is the guy.
Does anybody have a cigarette?
Yeah, let me give you another one. Yeah, put it in good work, Larry.
I'm
Okay,
sorry, Miss
so
Spartan.
if you
I'm so
want to
sorry.
do maximum damage here, this coming out in court would be fine, but I feel like you should just go to the marshals directly.
What if we do both?
Sure. You absolutely could do both. I'm just saying that if you wanted to do maximum damage to Babylon,
Let me ask you a
then
question.
taking-
What if I had the recording, I had the guy, and I had the guns that he bought?
Yeah. I mean, the thing is that when did you get the gun?
Yesterday.
You'd have to go immediately because you'd need fingerprints to be on those guns.
Oh my god. Right.
Prove where they came from.
Okay, what if you have pictures and the exact amount of the guns that were said to be sold?
Yeah. What if you had the exact guns that
definitely
were sold?
helps.
Okay,
that were on.
good. All right, bet.
But the fingerprints would be pretty solid, right?
Yeah. I think you should, if you want to go that route, sir, I'm not sure I got your name. You should go to the marshals with this information, and you should see it's hard if it comes from him, because you at least would have the leverage to take a plea deal on any aiding and abetting charges if it came from you, because you can offer the information in exchange for a better plea deal. Which they could try to go after you for the whole, whatever you said, like $400 million that the pawn shop has made. There's a world in which the marshals do try to go after you for that money.
Let me ask you a question. When you say try and go out, like what there's $40,000 left in our account. What are they going after here?
Well, if they can prove that you used your business to sell illegal guns, they can go after you for weapons trafficking. But they'd have to be able to prove it, and a lot of it's outside the statute of limitation. Again, they can try to use delayed discovery. Delayed discovery is very dangerous because it allows them to basically be like, oh, well, we didn't know about it 6 months ago. We know about it now. But it'll be up to the judge whether or not they accept that. It's mostly delayed discovery is mostly used for murder. So like if you kill somebody and they didn't know that you killed somebody, and then they find evidence that you killed somebody, you know, 6 months down the road, they can go after you for murder with the delayed discovery rule.
Mhm.
And it does apply to financial crimes. So it is quite dangerous. They could try to go after you for weapons trafficking. But they'd have to prove that you sold guns out of the pawn shop, rather like with actual evidence other than just one person saying they bought a gun from the pawn shop. It'd have to be like a lot of people to establish a pattern, in my opinion. But again, it just depends on the judge. And 2 cop judges is kind of scary.
Oh yeah, you see who the judges are?
Mhm. 2 ex sheriffs, I believe, or an ex sheriff and an ex whatever the assistant sheriff is called.
Okay, well I think what we do, I mean I don't know what you. In my eyes, I think we go to that courtroom. We defend ourselves, but we also incriminate them as much as we can.
Okay, I mean that's definitely possible.
I think that's the kind of attack, at least for me.
I think that if you do have somebody that's willing to take the fall for it, if you decide to go to the marshals, it would mitigate some of the damage that they plan on releasing. You know, because if they already know about it and it's already out in the open and you've already been charged for it, then it's double jeopardy.